Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Greedy Little Pig Show. This week we've got another full breakdown of the loads we ran, the miles we covered, and the dollars we made. This week wasn't great revenue-wise, but we didn't have a truck payment, so I got to keep my expenses real low. Make sure you stick around to see exactly how low our operating cost was. Let's get into it, guys. Last week we wrapped up in Robarts, Kentucky. 38 miles of deadhead took us over to Owensboro, Kentucky, where we loaded up a trailer full of frozen pancakes. From there, we hauled 420 loaded miles up to Amherst, Ohio, for a total trip of 458 miles. This load paid out $1,177.61, which worked out to a solid $2.57 per mile. Not a bad way to start the week.
Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama.
After dropping in Amherst, we deadheaded 79 miles over to Louisville, Ohio, where we picked up a load of cheese heading back up to the Sam's Club in Conklin, New York. This run had us loaded for 370 miles, with a total trip of 449 miles. The load paid $1,280.80, averaging $2.85 per mile. Here we go.
Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama.
After we dropped in Conklin, I was really hoping to head back to that glass plant for a quick drop and hook, but the options just weren't there. I could have gone further northeast, but then I'd be stuck with even worse pay to come out. So instead, we took this load out of New Berlin, New York. We deadheaded 66 miles and were loaded 764 miles heading to Wilmington, Illinois, just south of Chicago. Total miles came out to 830, and the load paid $1,098.25, for an average of $1.32 per mile.
Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama.
And finally, for our last load this week, we deadheaded 26 miles to Manuka, Illinois. We were loaded for 336 miles heading to Lockbourne, Ohio. Total miles 362. That load paid $1,108.49. That's $3.06 per mile. Here we go.
Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama, a mi cama. Mala fama, se la pasan diciendo que soy mala, porque no me aguanto drama de nada. Dime si vienes a mi cama.
All right, folks, it's settlement time. Total revenue, $4,683.64. Reimbursements, truck and APU payments skipped this week, $2,221.84. Total deductions, $2,977.60. Tire fund, $62.97. Deposit, $3,867.50 of that came from cashing out part of the E-fund, so our actual profit was $3,117.50. Total miles ran, 2,099. Net fuel cost, $1,108.98. That's just 23 cents per mile. Revenue per mile, $2.23. Operating cost, only 39 cents per mile. Net profit, a solid $1.84 per mile. Not having a truck payment this week made a huge difference, and you can see it reflected in that profit margin. This is why the end game is always to own your equipment. That's a wrap for this week's episode of The Greedy Little Pig Show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. And in the meantime, be safe and stay greedy, piggies.